Okay, so we're back, and now I've finished drawing the Coca-Cola logo, just the text. If at any point along that you found that you had problems and you need to actually, let's say you combine them and you got them in the wrong place, then what you can do there is you can click on that object and you can say break curve apart. And when you do that, it will take it back a step as well. So it's quite an important little tool there, handy tool. And then I'm going to drag a box just around those components there. Actually, I've got the cola. I don't want the C, the swish, but I'm going to grab this part and I'm going to go Control Out and recombine it. As you can see there, this circle isn't quite in the right position, so I'm just going to zoom in using the roller or zoom out. I'm going to use the press down on the wheel to move myself around. Anyway, when I get to the point that I actually want, which is the circle, I can just grab a corner and I can resize that. Oh, wrong one, sorry. Control Z, undo. Go back to the circle, the ellipse tool, stretch that out. And I'm keeping an eye on the property bar on the left-hand top side there, and you can see the size is actually changing, making sure that that actually does stay at the right scalable size, so it is actually a circle and not an egg shape or something like that. So make sure you always grab the corners, not the edges, as the edges will make a funny shape. Let's go Control Z, undo that. Okay, so we've got that. The next tool I'm going to teach you about is the trim tool. Now look at this here, where we basically got a circle, and you can see that it actually has got this section, this white section, removed. So what I want to do is I want to cut or trim this out. So at the moment we've got a ellipse tool here. I'm going to use my arrows, my left to right arrows, just to move that across a little bit. Okay. So you can use your arrows, just gives you just like a tiny little movement. There you go, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. So I'm going to use my Bezier tool again. I'm going to select that, and I want to come through this object right the way through, swoosh in, swoosh the way back, and then complete that object. So I'm going to start here off the circle. I'm going to come straight in, swoosh in like that. Up to about here. Swoosh. And then out. Back down here at the bottom. Come back in again. Okay. And I'd say don't worry too much if you can't get the shape at the moment. Obviously my shape is rubbish. But I want to do this just so that we can practice using the shape tool over and over again, okay, just so you can get it exactly right, because it will take you a while just to get used to the positioning of how the handles work and stuff. So it's good practice. Go back to your shape tool, okay, come back here, grab the handles, move them across, make that flow match that line. I'm going to pull that line down a little bit there. Come over here. That's not too bad, but obviously a bit OCD, so let's make sure it's absolutely bang on, especially as this is a training course. Let's change this top line up here. Let's move that up a little bit as well. Now actually, look, what I can do is, now I've got that node selected, I can actually use my arrow keys up and down just to give like nice little increments. Again, on this point here, my handle is running right the way through. It's quite long. Let's pick that and move that there. Excuse me that. This one, I'm going to make that cusp because I want to try and keep those two components slightly separate. Just drag that across, just to give me that flow through. And finally, this top node here, let's just give that a bit of lift, and we'll just readjust that handle. Okay, so that's going to give me a line coming right through there. I'm going to have to move that. I'm just going to drive me now. Cusper. And just. It's because I've got this angle right over here. If I bring that across, you see it'll just be much better. Muy bueno. Okay, it's good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the circle by clicking on it once. Okay, and then I want to grab the second object, which is our new swoosh line going through the middle. So to do that, I'm going to press down the Shift key. So that means I've got the ellipse tool, Shift key down, and then grab the swoosh. Now we get these new properties come up here on your toolbar. Okay, and this one here is trim. Now when we hit that, what that's going to do is going to punch that swoosh straight out that circle. So I'm going to hit it. Now it's already done that. Now I'm going to grab that. Adrian, wrong way around. So I'm going to grab the swoosh, press the shift down and press the circle and hit the trim. Did it the wrong way around. So you can see the versatility of the tool. You know, if you just wanted the side pieces, you'd have grabbed the circle first, then the swoosh. If you want the swoosh punching out, the swoosh is the main component you want. You grab the swoosh first, press the shift key down, press the ellipse tool, and it's punched it out. So now, when I click away and come back to that particular swoosh, I can delete it, and you can see now that we've got that swoosh out of the ellipse. So now if I press blue, like a nice light blue, you can see that it's actually followed the line really well, and also it's retained the fact that this was one object and it's combined those two together. So now if I click on that and make a red, if I wanted to make sure that is the exact red for Coca-Cola and you had the red over here, what I would do is come down to the bottom left hand corner, click on the color match tool, come up, grab it. That's made a color match. It's actually the same color match as pretty much as this one. And then that would give it to me on the taskbar down here. Let's go away from that. So here we go. You've got the red fill. Let's select the cola. Let's press white for that. And then behind, I've still got the original bitmap, so I can drag that across. And there you have it. Let's get rid of that cola there. So select that, delete it, put that next to it there. This has got a black outline on at the moment, so I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to go back over to my color swatch over here, and I'm going to right click on the no fill. That's going to get rid of that black line on there. And there we have it. So that's the Coca-Cola logo finished. And let's